Media. Fueled by C4, Cellucor, and Extend. Use the code Clydesdale to get 20% off at checkout at c4energy.com. On Clydesdale Media, where we bring you the widest array of content here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notifier so you're the first to know when new episodes are available. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Clydesdale Media Roundtable. We were like 8 seconds early today.
Oh my gosh.
I know, like, how about that?
Crazy.
If you're getting the echo, it happens at the beginning and then it goes away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the soundboard. And probably that you don't have headphones because you refuse to wear them.
When I do
3.5 years now, we've been fighting this.
Okay, I can get them because that's annoying. Okay, it stopped. If I look like I just woke up, it's because I did.
I thought you had a visit with the hot vet today.
I did. It was a great visit. I never mind when I have to take Murph to his appointments because I just need to make sure that he's getting thorough care.
Yeah. Cory, it is a straight table for now. Charlie is on the way.
Yes.
He's going to be a few minutes late.
And Kat said she's joining from her phone, or listening from her phone.
So hot vet because Murph was faking an injury.
Yes.
You get verification that Murph was, because he was tired of going on hikes with you, right?
That's actually, you would think that's actually not when it's happening. It's happening, like we'll go and hike for 5-7 miles. He's good. I'll come out and throw the ball, which he loves to play ball, and he will do a couple of those, kind of fast twitch muscle. And then all of a sudden later, he'll start limping. And we're like, is he limping? What's going on? And then he'll see a rabbit and he'll just go after it. So I was like, I think he's completely faking this. So, you need a vet, Judy? No problem. Well,
yeah. She shared pictures earlier in our text string. So
I just for reference, he's just very thorough.
Yeah, I'm sure
he cares a lot about Murph. He knew that Murph was, overloaded sensory wise, and the door kept opening and squeaking, and he asked his assistant, he said, can you please go tell him to stop that? And then he laughs to us saying these darn millennials that he works with, they just like to. So anyways, he got very thorough care. He says his joints are just great. He did say he could lose a little bit of weight. And that was
miles of hiking.
Yeah. So here's the thing is I kind of cut back on our hiking because I thought I didn't want to cause more injury, right? Because I'm like, last thing I need is for him. Maybe he's hurt because I'm overdoing it for him. Well, the vet was like, listen, his weight is like, he looks good, but he said 1 pound of weight is like 4 pounds off of their joints. And he was like, so anything you can do to get a little bit off of his joints would be good. So we're back on. He's going to get on that lean protein. We're going to get it.
He's sprinkling some whey. You
know what? And I should probably go back in just a few weeks just to have him checked out again to make sure he's doing okay. Oops, sorry. There's Peanut Galleries commenting up there.
Yeah. The Radowski vet bill is $6 million.
Like, Amy, we know that you think Murph is special, gifted and talented, but you don't need to come back here to have us tell you that.
It's not weekly checkup time.
It's not. No.
So other than the
hot vet,
Judy says she will come with you with Millie.
Okay, perfect.
So other than that, how was your week?
A week or weekend? I couldn't tell what you said.
Weekend.
Weekend was good. I was pretty laid back. I had a date a hot date with my husband. It started off with he got a haircut. So I sat with him to get his haircut, which a good friend of ours is.
Do you need his handheld?
No, it was just part of the fun. No, she's a friend of ours, so we went together because we went to go out to dinner at a new.
Going to see on Friday?
Huh?
Is that who my wife is going to see on Friday?
Yes, it's exactly who it is. Yeah. So then we went out to Sunbury for dinner, and we went to District 13, which we love. It's out. It was like an old bank turned gastro pub. Have you been there?
Not in it. I've seen it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I've seen it like the other two places down that block.
Yeah, like there's a whole little block there. Yeah, with some good restaurants. So that was our date, and then that's about it. I got up this morning, worked out. Nate, my son, came with me and had a good workout. Then I came home and mowed the lawn and was like, I think I'm going to take a rest after the vet because it had been a full day.
Yeah, I decided to replace. How do I put this? I was made to feel I needed to replace my bathroom vanity this weekend. My wife likes to threaten that she'll start it herself, which never ends well. It always ends with me finishing the project. However, I like to do it from the beginning so I don't have to clean up the mess that happened before.
See, I hear what you're saying because this is a similar story at our house. But the problem is Scott lacks the motivation to start the project. So I'm just kind of helping him with the jump start of starting the project, and then he'll finish it.
Hold on a second. Here's the issue, right?
Okay.
There's the female brain and there's the male brain, right? Mm-hmm. Things have to be done in a systematic way for it to work out properly. What happens with my wife is she throws at me 6 things on a list that have nothing to do with each other. Nothing.
Yeah.
And she thinks it's all one project. So anyway, I woke up Saturday morning early so I could start it before she woke up. And now I have been hit with some problems along the way. And today I have everything put together, but the drain pipe does not fit. So everything is ready to go. I just can't even turn it on to test it until I get a drain pipe that fits. And so, yeah, that's where I am. So today's workout at our gym, today's workout at our gym was some snatch complexes. And then the main workout was 75 dumbbell shoulder to overheads for time.
Double?
Yes. Every time you break, you have to do 10 pull-ups and 5 burpees to target.
Wait. How many pull-ups?
10.
Okay.
So see what had happened was.
Yeah, what happened?
My back was very, very fatigued from the plumbing work that I was working on all weekend.
Yeah.
I quit at 50.
How many pull-ups had you done? Like how many times did you break?
At that point, I had broke 5 times. My first set was really good. And then my back the fatigue hit. And then it was where I couldn't even get 10. And I was like, screw this. I'm done.
Was it 50 pounds and 35 pounds?
I used 35. I did level 1.
Yeah.
It was 35 pounds.
Kat did it.
I see. But she didn't do plumbing work all weekend. She just was skipping around holding hands with people.
That's true.
So I just was I'm glad I did something and I moved, but at that point I was not accomplishing anything at that point. So I was just like, I'm good.
It's still a lot of work that you did.
Yeah. And that doesn't count the 7 minutes of snatch complexes before. So, yeah.
Our workout today was, we did pausing front squats. I think at 70, it was 5x2 at 70% of your 1 rep max. And then we did 5x3 of weighted chin-ups at 65% of your 1 rep max. So we kind of superset those beforehand. And then our workout was 3 rounds for time of 400-meter run, 20 toes to bar, and 20 ab mat sit-ups. Going from the toes to bar to the ab mats sucked.
I can imagine.
Sucked. Like literally it was like, let's go to the run so we can catch our breath.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I came home and I was like, it is so like, it's not hot out. I mean, it's kind of humid, but it's only like 72 degrees. And I was like, I'm going to mow the lawn. I'm going to do it. I'm doing it before it gets so hot later this week. So
I have a question, an in-depth question. So say you have C4s.
Yeah.
You don't have any in the fridge. You have a box with some in the garage. And you're doing a show and you need a C4. Do you drink it warm or do you pour it over ice?
Over ice. And how are you feeling about that?
Delicious.
It is delicious, but it'd probably be better over ice.
Are you tingling?
Not yet. No, that was my first sip.
Well, here's what's funny is Charlie's wife decided to come to the gym the other day and she'd never had one C4 but pre-workout and
C4.
She hadn't had the pre-workout one. Sorry.
Okay.
Hadn't had the pre-workout one. She decided to take it and she was tingling. She's like, my face is tingling. And I was like, yeah, girl, that's what's happening.
Well, I'm selfish too, so it's on mine.
So Charlie, what about you? Do you go with the warm C4 or do you pour it over ice?
Well, I keep mine in the fridge, so it's always cold.
I usually keep it in the fridge. I had run out, and I forgot to restock.
Then it has to go on ice. I can't. The warm's too much.
Yeah, I'm tucking it back warm, dude.
That's why you got hair on your chest. Your man.
Did you work out today?
I like to stick a key in the side of it, fire a shotgun it back.
There you go.
Yeah, I would love for him to do that next time he comes to the gym.
And then bang 2 together. Take them down like Stone Cold.
He did come on Saturday, and I saw him, and he's working on a new program. And so I'm waiting for him to come on Tuesday tomorrow and do day 2. I'm seeing if we're making it to day 2.
Day 2 tomorrow.
So something you do like every third day,
It's 2 days a week.
Okay.
All right. This might be something Charlie can pull off.
Listen.
That's about your pace.
Programmed by your own Patrick O'Connell.
You're doing some bodybuilding.
Those 2 seem fit, so I figured I'd try it. And I saw Cory do this deadlift, and I was like, well, I guess I got to get myself together, get my life together.
True story. This is what happened. What had happened was Saturday. I come in. Charlie's in the corner. And I was like, what are you doing back here? Because the part of the class was doing something different. I was like, what are you doing back here? And he's like, hold up. And he gets it on his phone and he shows me, and I can see Christy and Patrick on the thing. I was like, oh, okay. Thinking it was his bodybuilding program he had started before.
The other one, not this one.
Then he goes, ha, no, it's a new one. And we just both start laughing. And so then I decide now I'm going to really poke at him. I was like, hey, you see that deadlift by Cory? And he's like, no. And I was like, 500. You got it. It's time. You got to get it together, Charlie. And so that I think is going to be what causes him to make it today too.
Charlie,
that last.
we call it the program graveyard of all the programs that Charlie has started. And if they came in like a book, or he'd have a library of workout programs that never made it past day 4.
I wish they were in like DVD form. I could like put them on a shelf behind me, like people with books they don't read.
I think VHS
dangerous
would be
after
better.
day 1.
I mean, no lie to the audience who probably doesn't know. When we first started this show, we'd have people on and they say, yeah, I did this program, and every time Charlie would be like, oh yeah, I got that one.
Tia Wright abs? Yep. Harry Pierce power abs? Yep.
Listen, 5-day abs.
Think of it, and Charlie would be like, I don't know, never tried it.
I've tried it. I've had it. Probably had better.
P90X?
Of course.
I did P90X.
Tony Horton?
For legit, I did P90X before CrossFit.
Little ab ripper X?
I thought the yoga one was the hardest one out of all of them.
Absolutely. And then the black guy in the back is just chilling with the legs up here. I'm like,
try doing those things at 500 pounds.
Right. Yeah.
This guy tried.
Or at 180 pounds. Either way, it's all the same.
Either way, it's hard.
When you got sticky lats.
So, big news. See who's in town?
I didn't know that until I pulled this up. Where's he at?
So, Mr. Dave Castro is here in Columbus for the week. He announced it on his week in review, and they are testing at Rogue.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I just might need to go on over there.
So, Amy's preschool, sorry.
It's okay.
My bad.
It's okay.
Her daycare is shredded.
I don't have kids anymore, so like
all right. It's okay.
Remember the terminology. Is but a stone's throw away from the Rogue complex.
The owner's home.
Facility, the Rogue home. And I think it's your job to sneak over there and see if you can get some intel.
Speaking of, do you remember that one time our friend Sprinkles went trick-or-treating on that street and Matt Chan was there with them?
Yep.
Matt Chan gave him candy.
Yeah. So yeah, we should. I bet you if we watch Bill and Katie's story later, that he'll be over there.
So do we know who the team is?
No, don't know it. Don't know anything. So on his week in review, he said that there's been a change at CrossFit. He is now running the games again, and that he will be coming to Columbus to help the team test the events. So my assumption is Boz is still running the programming, but Dave is overseeing the programming. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like Dave's the big boss. Boz is the worker bee. He's going to, because you're not going to change the workouts at this point, right? You've probably already got Rogue getting equipment ready, all of that kind of stuff. But he can tweak time domains. He can tweak the order of workouts. And so I'm betting he is going to have a hands-on approach with testing this week to make sure they don't have a sled fiasco again in the games.
Well, I remember last year when we went to our first kind of press conference before the game started. Like Berg said, he came to Columbus when they tested the workout. So that would make sense if, Dave's kind of fulfilling that role.
Yeah. I mean, I think Boz came last year for sure. When we were at the games, I was interviewing athletes who had tested for him, and they did a lot of testing here in Columbus.
Yeah.
So that is par for the course, I think. I just think that Dave is going to have a more hands-on role.
So what you're saying is
So
Go
the
ahead.
demo team is different. Demo team is different than the test team.
Correct. So last year, the test was a bunch of semifinal athletes that we had met along the way in our semifinal interview stuff. So, anyway, I also learned last week that Dave had a call with all of the qualifying athletes where he congratulated them on making the games. And he did make the statement that he is going to do everything in his power to make sure that it is a fair and equitable competition at the games. And that was the direct quote from an athlete that I know that was on the call.
That's awesome.
And I've heard other people report that he did do that. And Dave even said he had the call on Week in Review. But that quote I thought was important, and I hadn't heard that anywhere else. And that is that he is going to ensure with everything in his ability that it will be a fair and equitable competition. So, and I think that is probably one of the main reasons why we're seeing this change now. Because I think with the runner situation, with the sled situation, with the ruck situation, there were way too many questions about the fairness and the equity of the semifinals. And they had to fix that shit quick. So I haven't got your guys' impression. We haven't had a roundtable since that happened.
No.
I don't know, Elise. I hope so. We have applied for our passes to go to the games. We have not heard back yet, but it just happened the end of last week, right?
Yep.
All kind of blurs together for me right now.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I would not be surprised if they. So I know Christy has been used by Dave in the past. When she went team, maybe the COVID year, she tested the ranch ones.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been used in the past. So it would not surprise me if she was used again. And she's still really fit.
She's still pretty fit.
I'm not sure. I hate to say this because Dan's a legend, but I don't think that he is at games level at this point in his career.
Maybe his wife.
True. There you go. Elise asks, media access. Yeah, I don't know. We have no idea. The same people that were doing semifinals that gave us the same access as everybody, the same access as the highest people got, are still running it at the game. So I'm hoping that stays in place. And we're going to ask for as much as we can get.
And then a little bit.
Yeah. So I haven't talked to you guys since the announcement was made on a podcast. Do you guys have any thoughts about Dave taking over?
I'm happy about it.
We pretty much saw it coming.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised. I think I even said to you guys on the text string when we saw that I'm surprised Dave said yes to it. I'm not surprised that he was asked. I was more surprised, like, oh, I did not expect him to agree to it, because I wouldn't have blamed him if he was butthurt about it.
It's a technical term too.
Yeah, definitely.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. I mean, as long as he doesn't completely take over, I don't think it'll make it awkward. But listen, the guy knows how to make the games interesting. So.
And I think he truly put so much passion into it, and that he is so focused on some of the minor details that, we've talked to people who have volunteered and been like the runners of the equipment and things like that. And like, he is very down to the T. And I think that those were some pieces that we saw lacking in the years prior. And so, you know, I'm really not trying to shit on Berg. I just think he only had one, you know, not very much time at that, where Dave had all this, you know, time and practice with it. But I really feel like he just put so much more than just, you know, hard work. Like, there's so much more passion behind what he's doing that I think that that's why there's so much success when he's running. I mean, that's my opinion.
So I've said this publicly on here, but you know, it's not like Dave was perfect, right?
Right.
The handstand push-up ring fiasco was a big miss, right? So it's not like he hasn't had those issues past. But Sevon put it really well this morning to Rich, and that is that Dave has a 16-bedroom house, right? He's built this thing, right? And so in that, he may have one bedroom that is shitty, but the rest of them are really pretty good. Where Boz has a studio apartment of what he's built. And when the bad stuff is hitting it, the whole thing looks like shit. Right? Because Dave's been doing it for 13 years. So he has a big house to offset the bad. And Boz does not.
But
And
I
so-
love Boz's programming. I mean, I'm a fan of it.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard both ways,
Mhm.
and like Rich said, everybody's going to bitch about programming every year. It doesn't matter who's doing it,
Mhm.
because no matter how you do it, someone's going to be upset,
Right.
Because we all have wheelhouses, and if you hit my wheelhouse, I love your programming.
Yep. Oh, I did really good at that. I loved it.
And if you don't hit my wheelhouse, well, it sucked.
Mhm.
So, like, I just think that like they needed somebody hands-on to make sure that all of the little things fell into place again.
Mhm.
And he's going to be. Nobody cares more about the games than he does.
And that's what. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. Is that I know that if something goes wrong, like, he's going to perseverate on that at home, right? And be like, how do I fine tune that to make sure that thing doesn't happen again, right?
What word was that?
Yeah, I'm
Separate?
Perseverate.
dictionary.com and that thing.
Was that your word on the calendar this morning?
I have been using that. Did I say that earlier? I said it earlier.
No. Well, it's like one of those flip books.
Perseverate.
Separate.
I've been perseverating, like hyper focused, right?
Sounds
Can't,
bad.
can't stop thinking about something.
Can you do that in public?
We go. Perseverate. Repeat or prolong an action, thought, or utterance after the stimulus that prompted it has ceased.
Look at you.
Did I use that word correctly?
Kids in your daycare must be smart.
And you thought you could get smarter listening to this podcast.
And knowing's half the battle.
So there it is.
That was a lesson we just had on vocabulary today, folks.
I'm going to go perseverate on something later today.
Whoa.
Make sure you have consent before you do that.
Easy. Better ask your wife first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. After you get that vanity put in.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to like YouTube some stuff on that vanity.
Yeah.
It's not
So
perseverating.
the last thing I have on my list is and this has nothing to do with CrossFit, but I binge watched a new show over the weekend, all of season 1. And there's a season
What is
2.
Is it below deck?
It's called The Bear.
Bear.
On
It
what?
is so good. It's on Hulu,
Okay.
and it's now being talked about, like getting a bunch of Emmy nominations and stuff like that. And it's about a a chef in Chicago who his family ran a restaurant selling Chicago Italian beef and Italian food, and the brother owned it, and he dies and leaves the restaurant to this like high-end chef, and he comes back and realizes the restaurant's in shambles and he's trying to fix it. So good. Cory's just back now. We've been talking about you for the last 20 minutes.
We did. Cory, you'll have to go back and listen.
Jeez.
We were talking about your 500-pound deadlift.
Here we were talking about you, thinking we were talking to you, and we've been talking about you behind your back.
I know Rep did. That's the gist of the story.
Work is dumb, but also necessary. You can also scroll back to learn about big words. We were using big words.
Yeah, I think work is dumb too, Cory. So I'm just hoping that the legislator doesn't pass a law by the end of the week. Oh, I did pick up 500 on Friday.
I know. That's what's motivating Charlie to try out the new programming.
Again.
Did you hear Charlie no rep it?
I got to review the tape again.
Well, I gave it a legit rep. It counted.
It's a lot of R. Kelly leg shaking.
So do you guys binge watch anything? Apparently Amy is below deck.
Below deck. I'm obsessed.
Isn't that like reality trash TV?
Yes. But here's why Scott will actually watch that one with me, because like other like reality TV show, he's like I literally get dumber by watching these shows. But that one he'll watch because it has enough drama and hot people, but there's also cooking in it. And so he's more fascinated by like the chef who's preparing the meal. So he can get into the drama because there's also something of interest in it. And
that's why I need to watch The Bear, because it's all about cooking.
Okay, I'm going to get on it.
On Hulu, by the way. I don't know if I ever watched it.
Yeah, well, I'll do that. See? Judy, that's what I'm talking about.
Extraction came out. Those are both good. Chris Hemsworth, if you need him.
I thought he was retiring.
Why would he do that?
He said that because he found out he has like the gene for dementia. Maybe he did Wild Health, and that he was going to like kind of cut back on some of that, I think.
He did not.
So Elise and Charlie, did you watch it because Chris Hemsworth was in it? Or did you watch it because the story and the plot were good?
Both.
Wow. I'm glad you admitted it.
He is good looking. Not as good looking as Mark Wahlberg.
There we go. Knew we were going there. Have you tried any of the municipal clothing line?
No.
Okay, well, here's what I think you should consider, Charlie. Okay, so Schweitzer and all of our listeners, on Fridays, we have something called Camo Friday, where I expect everybody to wear camo, okay, on Fridays. It's really just a fun thing. What had happened, we accidentally created a cult within the cult. So now I'll have 17 people show up with camo. But anyways, I went on to look for more camo, and Municipal had a nice pair of camo shorts at a reasonable price. So I figured if there was any you were going to get, that might be a good place for you to start.
Well, I'm working on some things that maybe they will show up somewhere on the screen. I don't pay for things until they support us.
Okay. Well, maybe Mark Wahlberg Chevrolet also wants to be a sponsor on here.
And get Wahlburgers. Just go the whole thing.
You can drive Camaros to the game.
Yeah.
Get some Fleck Azul tequila.
Wow.
He's got his hands in everything.
I did want to tell you guys. So last week I was heading to the Flash, and I give it like 2 thumbs up. By the way, it was a really good movie. If you're a superhero fan, I don't understand like why everybody's bashing it. Yeah. Was the CGI perfect? No, but it's comic book superhero stuff, right?
Because it's cool to bash DC. That's why.
Like, I thought the storyline was great, and the nostalgia was awesome, and
A lot of cameos, I heard.
Lots of cameos. Little Gal Gadot for a minute. Little Ben Affleck for a minute.
Spoilers.
Michael Keaton for a lot. And if you hadn't heard that one yet, my gosh, they've been pumping that on.
He was in every trailer.
So, and I will say maybe another Batman shows up. Not the one I wanted, but another one to show up.
I know which one it is. Adam West.
Out of the grave.
Out of the grave. They CGI'd him. They did one of those holograms.
That's one of my
Cory,
favorite words.
Crying out loud.
And I'm not going to repeat it because it might get us demonetized on here.
That's what sucks, Cory, because he's a great actor. Like, his version of the Flash is so good, but they can't even promote the damn movie because
He's a limited.
So anyway, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and the 2.5 hours went by like that.
Not like the 3 apparently Avatar is.
Well, this will probably get me blasted, but Wakanda Forever, that movie could have been an hour shorter.
That's true. The second one?
Yeah.
Yes.
My goodness, I was like,
And a better bad guy.
so bad.
And just go right to the sun. Why are we messing around with this nonsense?
Right. I just watched that, I think, 2 weeks ago, and I was so disappointed.
I still haven't seen The Machine, in case you were wondering.
Who's in that?
It's
Bert Kreischer.
Who?
He's a comedian.
Burt Ward? Robin's in it?
Bert Kreischer, it's the whole story about how he became the Machine, known as the Machine when he went to Russia.
I want to know where
Oh.
flux capacitor and went back to 1973.
I got it now. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. You tried to join the 4 a.m. club.
Oh. I'm about on the 4 a.m. club, almost.
That's all I had on my list, people.
Yeah, it's me too. I will update our text string about day 2 for Charlie, and then we can update.
Get done.
We can update this crew next week.
So, Cory, you came real close to qualifying for Masters Fitness Collective. Fingers crossed with penalties. Maybe. Have you heard anything, Cory? Leonard? Cory?
I bet if you did 505, you would have made it.
Charlie, I bet the only reason why you're not there is because you didn't even do the workouts.
I was, nobody told me about them. I thought we were banning that comp.
Oh,
Well, every time I talk about it, I end up getting a DM from somebody.
wait, we can't leave. Kat, you suck. I don't even want to hear about that. Actually, I do. Kat says she's going to be in Yellowstone, and that's been on my list forever. Kat's just started liking nature, and she's going to be going there soon.
I don't think the nature is why she's going.
But somebody, well, that's because her friend likes
Her little
nature.
friend. Who's your little friend?
I don't even know who Kat is anymore.
She's a superstar.
We used to talk about like going running or like hiking outside. She's like, nature.
Are you there?
Scot, it's me, Cory.
Can you guys hear him?
I can hear you. Hi, Cory.
Cory, can you hear everybody?
I can hear you. I can't hear Amy or Charlie.
Because I refuse to speak to you.
Can you hear him now?
Can you hear us now? How about now?
Negative.
Okay.
Love technology.
All right. Well, tell them what you need to tell us about Masters Fitness.
They're asking you to tell us about Masters Fitness Collective.
Yeah. So, yes, 31st position is where I am currently in. I need to be at least 40th to qualify for RX, which is a whole lot of fun. It's not stressful at all. The leaderboard is supposed to be finalized today at some point, which point I will probably still be in 41st. I am my own worst enemy. I planned this horribly on a vacation I was still on vacation for the first 4 days that the qualifiers were open. So I was in Orange Beach, just soaking up the sun and doing family stuff and whatnot, which is a whole lot of fun, but not real conducive to be able to get in. And all of a sudden I'm stressed to try to get these 4 workouts in. Did not plan very well, did not execute. Really easy to do. When you don't plan, you don't have to execute. It's just kind of how that works. And then like even the last one I did, rookie mistake. So I'm not used to, this is really the first time I had to like video all my workouts and walk through all of the things. And, here's my wall ball target, blah, 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 whatever. So I was getting ready to do the last one, which is a 10-minute AMRAP of the, whatever it was, wall walks and pull-ups and double unders and box step overs. And I get started and I'm on a good pace and I am 6.5, almost 7 minutes in. And I'm on route to do like at least 4 rounds and my phone goes to ringing because I forgot to turn it on airplane mode, which stopped time from recording. And it
Who called you?
It was
Who
actually
was it?
you turned in.
Amy wants to know who called you.
And a telemarketer. Telemarketer. So that was a whole lot of fun.
So you started all over again?
Yeah, I did. And that was, like I said, that was last Monday, as a matter of fact.
So let me ask you this.
Yep.
Did you get notified of any penalties?
No, I did not.
So I know other athletes have.
Yes.
And the leaderboard has not changed.
Mine hasn't for sure.
Right. I'm saying nobody on the leaderboard has changed. I think they're doing one big sweep.
Oh. So I could just keep throwing up until this evening sometime.
Yep. So get a couple garbage cans ready.
Yeah. I'm coaching 5:30, which is even better because by the time I'm done coaching that at 6:30, I don't know exactly what time they said the leaderboard be finalized at, but it probably won't be done by the time I get done coaching and get my little bit of time to train this afternoon. I know. So Jeremy World,
yep.
He got an email one day last week because he forgot to measure his wall ball target in his video. So that means at least they're watching. They're looking at the videos for sure.
Yeah. Kat asked, I wonder if they're watching videos. I know there is evidence of them watching videos because I know of people who have been penalized
right.
for depth, for extension. And now you tell us about Jeremy who
pulled the old left fetus.
On And he said that, and because he sent me the video of it, they said just go back to where you did the wall balls at, do a quick video measuring, where you were throwing to on the wall ball, send that to us. He did that. He sent it. And he said they responded almost immediately. Okay, cool.
Well, that's so. Not that I think
say
Jeremy
so.
would be that kind of person.
No, not at all. Not at all. But no, 100%. Like, that's a little weird. Suspect, like you said, just because who's to say? I mean, yeah, it looks like the same wall, but is it? I mean, that's hard to. When it's supposed to be all one continuous video.
Yeah. Every time I talk about them, I end up getting a DM from them about what he said about them on here. So
we're not saying in bed. We're saying
65th after this. This will be fantastic.
Well, so a lot of people in the comments, I'm sure you can still see them, maybe, are saying that shouldn't have counted because it could be 100% adjusted. But I think what's crazy is not only do you have to wait till the leaderboard finalizes tonight, being one spot out, if anybody declines their invite, you're in.
The dude that's in 40th place in front of me is in Japan.
And he's going to go to Fort Wayne to compete.
And even in Elite, in RX. Like, I have a hard time wrapping my head around that.
Yeah, my guess is you're going to get an invite. It's just when you know officially you are.
Point. If they're going to do, like you said, just one big sweeping thing, then at least I'll be able to see whatever it is. But I still have not. So I guess my movement was good. If they're looking at videos, because I have not gotten anything saying, hey, you didn't hit depth on the squat snatch, or your toes didn't touch the bar on these toes of the bar, or whatever. I guess that's good. But yeah, it's a learning experience. I mean, I'll say I'm frustrated, but it's mostly with myself because I know I'm better than the performance that I put out.
Judy Reed asks, is he just one spot out? That's incredible. Yes, Judy, he is exactly one spot out.
I am that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, like he said, they take the top 40. Cory is sitting in 41st place.
I don't recommend that, FYI. It will give you heartburn for a good solid week.
Well, brother, thanks for calling in and updating us.
Of course. Thanks, Scott.
We love when you call in, and good luck. And I'll check in later tonight when the leaderboard goes.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, man. Have a good day.
Yes, sir.
So there it is.
Crazy. But yeah, I think the likelihood is high that he'll get in.
At the one, they are giving penalties. He may move up the spot, but in addition to that, there are people from all over the world that did these qualifiers that I guarantee you are not flying to Fort Wayne for the prize money that they give out.
Yeah.
So my guess is he'll get an invite for sure.
Yeah.
But what I love about it is they do have that RX division, so it gives people like Cory who are trying to get better at the sport an opportunity to compete on a bigger stage.
Yeah.
To try to move into that elite level. And the way it works at MFC is top 20 is elite, and then 21 through 40 is RX.
I know some other news. Sorry, shifting topics real quick before we log off of here. Some news of one of our friends of the show who just got married over the weekend.
Who's that?
Carolyn Prevost.
Yes.
Her and Lex got married over the weekend.
Yeah, I was so busy with my vanity. Lex actually sent me a picture from the wedding yesterday. Oh, yeah.
Vanity. That just sounds funny.
My vanity, but
my vanity. I'm so.
Yeah. My vanity. Yeah, because it was my idea.
Yeah.
We know it takes you that long to do your hair in the morning.
It has to.
Need that vanity.
Dude, my hair now takes me 3 seconds.
Mine takes 0. Touche.
Yeah, I'm not like I reported last. I have fallen out of shopping carts and off of rocking chairs so many times in my life that my bald head would look like the craters on the moon.
Yikes.
So, Elise, I will post a picture of the vanity when I get the drain pipe connected. I am not going to post it not finished.
But we need a before and after.
Well, I put up a before.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
put up a demo picture. But yeah, I got to figure out this drain pipe. One, the pipe that I had doesn't fit the sink drain that I bought. So I have to get a smaller pipe. Then it's to center the new vanity. It doesn't line up with where the pipe is in the wall. So I have to get it at an angle somehow and not disturb the flow of the drain. So those are my 2 dilemmas. And I've conquered like 3 other dilemmas in this process.
Isn't that always the case? How many trips to Home Depot or Lowe's have you made for this one project?
4.
Yep, it's at least a minimum of 4. I can't even hear you, but
You can't hear me?
and now I can't. But I don't know.
Jody is saying that the northeast humidity is killing her hair game.
Yep.
Mine too. And mine's all frizzy now.
This is why I'm up like this all the time.
Is that why?
It's because of my nap. It's just
Cat doesn't wear her hair like that.
Listen, Amy, I've known you for what years now? 13 years, 12 years, some I don't know. 80% of the time your hair is that way, and humidity isn't even a game player at most of that time.
It's so much work, and I'd rather spend my time on other activities than my hair.
Like napping.
Napping. I did. I napped right before this started. You missed it.
I think I knew you 3 years before I ever saw your hair down.
I know, because I remember one time you're like,
Yeah, it was like a baby shower or a bride.
yeah. It was Sprinkle's wedding. I think.
Was it Sprinkle's wedding?
Yeah.
Re-wedding?
Yeah.
Re-wedding.
When he got remarried to the same person, just renewed their vows. All right, folks.
Oh, thanks.
All right.
Oh,
Well, guys, thank you so much for jumping on. Thank everybody in the comments for being here. We love you all. And Cory, thank you for calling in and updating us on where you stand at MFC.
Good luck.
We will see everybody next time on the Clydesdale Media Roundtable. And I hit the wrong button again.